began writing that I decided to join a workshop, because I wanted to see was it really worthwhile my spending time on poetry. And then I was fortunate to meet Eve, and Eve kind of promoted me. She gave it a push on her own. And that really started me, that launched me. Yeah. Well, I find sometimes lines come very spontaneously, most of the time really, but then to shape it into a poem takes time, and I usually let it rest for a while, pick it up again, look at it, change, and the process takes time. I don't rush it.
No.
Each poem I find has its own time frame. It never seemed that I would be able to write poetry. I had too many other things to think about and worry. I had been interned at a camp in France, which was the same reason that the Japanese here were interned. And the French were very good to us. We had no food, they had no food, you know. We all shared. After the camp, I asked to be released, because I felt people were being sent to other camps, and that didn't seem a good situation, safe situation to me. And I had been offering my services as an interpreter, so they knew me. And when I asked them to let me go, I filled out my liberation slip and they signed it. And then I made my way through Spain to Portugal. And in Portugal I was for about 3 weeks. But my funds ran out, I didn't have any money. Very cheap little space to stay overnight in a subterranean room. And I got desperate, and I guess I was maybe just in a very negative state, not quite knowing which way to go, which way to get myself out of the situation. And I started crying, and someone who walked outside the building on the sidewalk heard me and stopped and asked what the matter was. And there was a gentleman, and I told him what my situation was, and he said, "I'll come and help you." So he actually did. He lent me money so I could pay my remaining rent and be able to have enough money till I could get on the ship, the last American export line passenger ship. And he lent me the money, and I sent it back when I came to the States. I was in my 20s when I came to the United States, and I actually came with the very last American passenger ship, the very last one that left Lisbon, Portugal. And my future husband was already here, and with his family I came completely alone. And we were married 4 days after I came to the States. And then we had a family, and I was busy with that. We moved several times, and writing really came only after my children had grown up. So I worked in between. I did social work and counseling, but writing I didn't do till later than that. We had been living in New Jersey, and 2 of our children happened to have landed in Massachusetts. So we decided, as we got older, and my husband became more frail, to move to Massachusetts. We lived here after we were married in the 40s. My husband had been at MIT, and he briefly then afterwards taught at MIT. But we then moved. But we started out in Massachusetts, and I guess we ended Massachusetts, coming full circle. I like to express what I see or feel in as few words as I can put it on paper and make it so people, I don't count on people understanding it, but I find language, the simpler, the better. To me, language is like music, and in music you leave spaces. You need to breathe, and the music needs to breathe. So does language, and I equate the two and treat my writing as music, and leave the space for breathing or a new thought, like in music, a new theme. The poem really dictates how it wants to be on the page. Yeah, I usually say it out loud as I type or write, and that makes it more graphic to me. And I let it just stand on the page the way it wants to, the way it needs to.